Hey, everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective podcast. This is episode number 36. I'm getting on up there in episodes, and we're having a lot of fun with this. And like I always say, I do not do this podcast for myself. I do it for my guests, which this week is the smiley Kimmie Gillespie and whom I call the bearded inspector, Dustin Orlando, which will be up in the second segment. Right, Dustin? That's right. Yeah, he's sitting right over there. So I do this podcast for you guys. I don't do it for me, but I couldn't do it for without my support staff, which is Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Korner, Devin, the escrow officers here in the Sugar Land office, and Wendy Santana and Adriana Alzalte in the Richmond office. And if you're watching this podcast and you're an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, and you would like to be on this podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll be more than happy to put you on the calendar. But call me quick because I'm booked till June now.
Whoa.
So, in saying that, episode number 36, Kevin's Corner, this is Kimmie Gillespie.
Hello.
This huge smile. Look at all those teeth.
I just went to the dentist yesterday.
Me too.
Oh my God.
7:30 in the morning. I'm like, so very nice. So Kimmie is a real estate agent and the leader of the, I'm going to call it the Houston division of Only One Realty.
I like how that sounds.
So, yeah. We got to call
Devin
and say, we need to change my title. Kevin came up with
So I'm the Houston mentor.
The Houston
mentor.
Yeah. So, yes, Kimmie is an agent, and she's the Houston mentor for Only One Realty in Houston. So, say hi to everybody. Tell them who you are, what you do.
All right. So, hello. My name is Kimmie Gillespie. I am with Only One Realty Group, and part of the Houston office. There are 7 of us agents now. The rest are all in Dallas. We're at 100. We just hit 100. That was our goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, we made it. This year, our goal is 200. So we're heavily recruiting this year.
Your goal was 100 in 2023? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
100 agents.
Okay,
yeah, and we made it. So as the mentor, any new agents that come on board to Only One Realty, they come under my wing, and I get to help train them, help start their business, getting launched, prospecting for clients, getting listings, and I help them through their first 3 transactions.
And is that for new agents in Houston only, or both Houston and Dallas?
Both, but there are mentors in Dallas.
Okay.
So I'm matched up with new agents that come from Houston.
Okay. And you said you guys have 100 in Dallas and 8 in Houston. So you guys have not been around all that long. I mean, I met Devin a couple of years ago. I've been here for 2 years, and him and his wife came down and we had dinner, and he was just, hi Devin, how you doing? He was just like, I don't know what to do. I can't do and it looks like he figured it out.
Oh yeah. It's down to a science. So now we're replicating everything that happened in Dallas and doing it here in Houston so we can grow just as large.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're also a real estate agent, correct?
Yes.
So what kind of agent are you? Are you a buyer, seller, leaser, investor?
I am primarily a buyer's agent.
Okay. And so that means if you're looking to buy a home, whether it's your first home or your 20th, you can help them find a home.
That's right.
What do you tell people that come to you and say, I want to buy a home, but I don't qualify? What do you do?
I will ask who told them that.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many loan products out there now that, depending on their background circumstances, there might be some kind of creative solution to get them qualified for a home.
Do you have any kind of program or something that you can help someone get from the point of not being able to be approved and not getting a home to becoming a home buyer?
So with my lender partners, they can put them on like a track, and it helps them from like a 1 to 2 year out perspective of how are we going to get their credit score higher, tips of how to better save, manage their money so that they can be in a position a year from now to be able to purchase.
Okay. So there is, so if I came to you and I knew I couldn't qualify, but I wanted to figure out how to qualify, you could help them with that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are you, what area of town in Houston do you primarily like to work with buyers at?
I mostly work with first-time home buyers. Love you guys. And where they're purchasing is mostly it's the northwest quadrant of Houston. So from like central, if you look at a map, from central downtown to I-10 west, up 45 north, and then all the way around to like 99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with Houston, you just take 45 and I-10.
Yeah, if you just put it
four
in a quadrant.
quadrants,
Yeah.
number one.
Yes.
So, because I know, I'm very familiar with that area because I graduated from Klein Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah.
But Dustin he understands. He's old like I am too. So tell me about the market for you right now. How are things going?
Things are going well. So last year it ended up still being pretty steady for me, even though interest rates were getting higher up there. I actually had my best year in real estate last year.
Really? Well,
Yes.
I'm glad that Steel Title can help you with that.
I'm very, very thrilled.
Yeah.
So now I got to do it again this year.
Well, you got to beat it.
I had to beat
top
it. Yeah. 50% increase.
So your best year ever. How many deals did you do total?
I did 9 sale transactions and 6 leases.
Really? Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. And tell us a little about, tell everybody out there, if they're an agent, they're looking for a place to handling a license, or if they're looking to make a change, tell everybody about Only One Realty.
So Only One Realty is how I made a change. I came from a big name brokerage, and there I just wasn't getting the support that I was needing. I was a newer agent, and where I was, it seemed to be more of a culture of they've been doing this for years. They know what they're doing. So it just was not working for me. And so I was connected with Devin, and I got to talk with him and tell him my vision for real estate and what I needed and how I needed the support. And he had it. He had it all. So Only One Realty, they have an entire resource library of just video after video of any question you might possibly have in real estate. There's already an answer there for you. Not only that,
Is Devin the one that did
it's
the
Devin
video?
he's the one personally making the videos. And then Devin and Adriana, they are so available. Even though
Really?
they're in Dallas, I get answers from them almost immediately. And it's also a culture where I'm not nervous to ask them a question. At my previous brokerage, I was kind of like, ooh, if I ask this question, they're going to be like, why don't you know this? But that's not the case here. So I just have endless support, and they're also very supportive of my art business, which is a breath of fresh air because I felt like to other people, they were making me choose, like you have to be a realtor or you can be an artist, like you can't do both. But when I got to a place where I did get to do both, that's when I really flourished.
Yeah, you were more comfortable and you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, Kimmie is like, and I don't know many, but I've seen your work. She's freaking amazing painter.
Thank you.
You do murals.
Murals.
And tell everybody what a mural is and what that means. I mean, it's not like this
Right.
here.
So a mural is a large, normally on a wall space, indoor or outdoor. So I've done quite a few nurseries and children's rooms. But last year I got to expand into the commercial space.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bigger?
Doing more restaurants, bars, bigger walls. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun, and every client is different. Every job is different. So I just get to use my creative brain quite a bit. It's a lot of problem solving because each wall is different. You have a different material, different size, different place of how to get to it. So it's
How did you, were you born with that talent or did you learn it?
I would have to say I was born with my parents. They met in art college. So they're
Well,
both
there you go.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the gene.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Doesn't matter what you want to do with your life. You're going to be a painter.
So I never like studied art.
Never went to art school.
Never practiced a trade, if that's what you call it. But yeah, my first mural was at my old school where I used to teach. I used to be a teacher back in another life. And as my parting gift to them before I went into the business world, I got to do a mural in the cafeteria.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is the mural still there?
No, that's the thing.
What the hell?
That's the thing about murals. They get painted over. That's just part of life. But they got accepted for a grant or something to get their whole cafeteria like completely redone. It's really cute. It's a pre-K kindergarten building, so like the entire cafeteria is like very cutesy.
For kids.
All 4 walls. Like I just did one little.
You got pictures of it, though,
I
right?
do, and everybody's like, "We miss it. Bring it back." And I'm like,
"Sure, write the check."
Yeah, there are more walls in the building.
Money talks. That's amazing. But we wanted you to do it for the children.
I know.
The children can't pay my bills.
This is true.
Oh, it's so true. What do you see the market going, the real estate market going into 2024?
So I think it's going to get pretty heavy in the spring. Interest rates are forecasted to continue coming down. But then it's just typical for the spring market to be kind of crazy anyway, because that's when a lot of people are looking to buy so that they can move in the summer when their kids are off of school. So I think in spring and summer is going to get pretty busy.
You don't think it's ever going to get like COVID days again, do you?
I don't think to that extreme, but I do think there will be a wave of buyers, because the ones who have been on the fence since last year because they wanted to buy but they were nervous for the interest rates.
So
there
you think
are a lot of
everybody's
people
waiting
in that same boat.
You think everybody's waiting for the interest rates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Home prices are not going to be coming down.
No.
So how much lower do you think interest rates are going to go, in your opinion? Because right now they're having around 6-ish.
Well, today it's like 7.25.
Well, some like a couple, like Interlink, David, he's at 6 point something.
Okay.
That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
I won't argue. They change every day.
Yeah.
And depending on
Well,
your
this was last
qualifications,
week,
your
too.
product,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
different things. But I do see them going into the 6s.
What about the 5s?
5s would be very hopeful.
Okay, that'd be great.
But then then we've got supply and demand.
Well, right now there's no supply. Not a lot.
There's a lot of inventory in Houston.
It's not what I hear. Everything I've been told is there's no inventory.
What?
Yeah, I'm talking to the wrong people, I guess.
In what parts?
Well,
Of Houston.
I'm not an agent, so I just you got a contract.
Maybe
Okay,
I'm
great.
thinking more on the lines of
Not
new
build,
construction.
yes.
Yeah, because there
They're
are
everywhere.
plenty of
Yeah.
new
A
construction.
resale, on the other hand.
Okay, yeah, resale. And not many come on the market. I have like saved searches for Spring Branch, Independence Heights, Edo, just so I can get alerted of new things coming on the market. And Edo is probably the only area that has the most coming on the market.
I know a lot of agents that are doing a lot of new build business right now because the incentives are so.
The incentives are
just
amazing.
amazing, so.
Yeah.
I wish my girlfriend would let us move, but she won't. But so, marketing wise, what do you do to promote your business?
I do a lot of social media. That's probably the primary category.
You do a lot of video. I've seen your videos.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of video on Instagram and Facebook. I used to do a lot of TikTok, and I've started backing away from that. Although they were fun to make, from TikTok, I was not generating Houston-based leads. Because TikTok video, I have 15.2 thousand followers, but they're all around literally the world.
Exactly.
And most of my TikTok following is other agents. So I've kind of changed TikTok to be almost like a recruiting platform of agents to come on board to Only One Realty.
There you go.
And sharing just advice. And it's actually a really good network of getting help from other agents on TikTok. But anyway, Instagram, Facebook, that's where I can get more localized lead generation through my videos.
Okay. Well, it seems like you have your plate full. Real estate agent, mentor, team leader at Only One Realty, and you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's probably never a dull day in Kimmie's world.
There's never a dull day.
Never a dull day.
And I'm a dog mom, too.
Oh, yeah. By the way, tell them this. No, never mind. Dog, Prozac. Call her later.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that was funny. So, if anybody needs a realtor, a mural painted, or they are looking for a brokerage, how do they get a hold of you?
You can contact me by cell phone, 832-787-2291, or you can shoot me an email to Kimmie, Kimmie, at onlyonerealtygroup.com, with the 1 being the number 1.
Nice. And then you can be found on Facebook, Instagram. What else?
Those are LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. And you have a website too, right?
I have my website, kimmiedesigns.com.
There you go. Awesome. I think this might be the most fun I've ever had on my podcast.
Really?
Yes. So, I mean, it's hard not to be in a good mood around this girl. So she's constantly laughing.
I am.
So one more time, give me your phone number.
832-787-2291.
Kimmie Gillespie, folks, from Only One Realty. Great realtor, great artist. Give her a call. We're going to take a short break and move to segment number 2 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, with the bearded inspector, Dustin Orlando. Be right back. Hey, everybody, we're back. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, episode number 36, segment number 2. We want to thank Kimmie Gillespie for being on today. Great job. If you're in the real estate world, at least in my real estate world, you know who this is. This is Dustin Orlando with First Rate Inspections. He is the only other person I know of in real estate that has a beard like that. So say hi to buddy, introduce yourself.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. That there's someone you might want to talk about, but we know who he is, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Dustin Orlando with First Rate Inspections. Licensed professional home inspector, licensed mold consultant, servicing Houston and all of the surrounding areas.
Nice. So for anybody that's watching this podcast that's not in real estate, what do you do? What does an inspector do? Why would I need an inspector? And we only have 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have a very short window here. What doesn't an inspector do? They're your confidant, your trusted benefactor during the home purchasing process. They're the person that you rely on to go in and make an assessment and give you the true tone of what the house is telling them. There's reasons that we hire agents. Agents know agent things, and inspectors know inspector things, and we shouldn't confuse the two.
You're experts at what you do.
Yeah.
So hiring an inspector is part of the home purchasing process, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's typically something that the buyer hires?
Yeah, we get referrals from both sides. Typical agent referral will come in because we've curated good relationships with agents over the years, and they trust us to do their work. And then we also have direct-to-client marketing that we do, and we are able to achieve that in mostly new construction areas where we go out and market and get in front of new home buyers. But yeah, the agent or buyer coming direct to us, we will commonly get asked before a contract is signed, hey, can we do an inspection on this property? The answer is no. Get an agent, get your pre-approval, then come find us and we'll facilitate that inspection process for you.
Yeah. So you mentioned mold. in the city of Houston and the surrounding area, mold is kind of an ugly word because of our humidity and our climate and everything. So, is mold inspection part of our typical inspection, or is it extra on top of?
Yeah, that's a tough topic. If we see it, we're supposed to say something. If we see visible evidence of a microbial growth or organic growth, most inspectors will or should call it out and notify that potential buyer and or their agent that there is a growth present. For specific mold testing, one must be licensed with the state of Texas to do the mold testing, and then another step further than that, to be able to do an assessment on the testing, they must carry a whole separate license. So for that reason, and for the time and effort and education behind it, it is an additional fee to have mold testing done on top of the home inspection.
Yeah, and how long have you guys been in business?
This will be our 15th year in business.
15 year. And is it just this Houston area that you guys, or well, if somebody calls you from Dallas, will you go up there and do that too?
We've been to Dallas. We do jobs in Austin often enough. San Antonio, New Braunfels. We get out to Trinity, Toledo, Bend. We're pretty much all over.
Okay. Galveston area and all that stuff too?
Yep.
Yep. Nice.
I like to fish. So for those of you with home purchases in Galveston, let me know, and we'll get out there and make the tide.
Or up in Livingston, and we'll go freshwater fishing.
That's correct. We'll haul the boat.
Exactly. So tell me how. So you're in the real estate industry. So your target market is real estate agents, correct? Or at least
That's
one
correct.
of them. Yep. So what do you guys do to get in front of real estate agents and let everybody know what you do?
We've done a vast majority of different things. We've done the guerrilla marketing, boots on the ground, in your face, bringing candy bowls to the office. And then COVID changed that. COVID kind of spun the real estate industry on its head, and now no one's going to the offices, unfortunately, and that hurts me. There's no easier way to get in front of an agent than to find them at their office, which is a fine thing, because now you're out, foot on the ground, and you're out peddling to clients and catering to them, servicing their needs. But one thing we have done in great order is providing CE classes, specifically with Stewart Title as a sponsor for us. All around Houston, Stewart Title has stepped up and helped provide and facilitate either location or lunch or both, and allowed us in with open arms to provide CE classes for agents.
And you guys don't charge for your classes, do you?
That's correct.
So if you're a real estate agent and you're looking for extra for additional elective CE credits, you guys are actually they're on my calendar in Richmond and Sugar Land twice a month, every month for the entire year.
Yeah.
Right? Or is it alternate?
For the Richmond and Sugar Land offices, it alternates. We're on the Stewart Title book for 140 classes for the remainder of 24.
So there's 140 opportunities somewhere in the city of Houston that you guys can get extra CE credits for nothing.
That's correct.
So stay close to your Stewart Title rep.
That's correct.
And stay close to your first rate inspections rep.
Yes, sir.
So when an agent, and I hear them ask this all the time. So when an agent asks you, how much do you charge? Tell me that answer, because I've heard it 100 times.
Cost is subjective.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into it. We're constantly weighing our price point. We look at the variables of the market, what the interest rates are doing. We look at inventory, who the buying audience is. And then our rates will fluctuate and change based on the demand that we're given. But average price point, if you're looking at a 3,000 square foot typical home without any add-ons, that price is going to be between $475 and $500.
That's actually not bad based on things I've heard. A lot of your competitors charge more than that.
Yeah, well, we're up 100% over last year, and they're not, and there's
There you
a
go.
reason for that.
So the saying is true that not all inspection companies are created equal, correct?
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
100%. And not all title companies are created equal. So, and for a feather in Kimmie's hat, not all agents are created equal. There's good ones and there's bad ones.
There are.
Tell everybody, so what, in a short amount of time, what's involved in an inspection? What are they paying for? What do they get for what they pay for?
So if you go to your typical home inspector, you'll get a top to bottom review of the skin and bones of the house, the condition of the structure, the roof, the siding, some plumbing fixtures. But when you're opt to doing a home inspection with first rate inspections, you get so much more. Every one of our inspectors that goes in the field is FAA licensed, so they can all fly drones. So those 3- and 4-story roofs that most can't access, we can. And our inspectors are required to sit dually through CE throughout the year. So our TREC has a mandatory 32 hours of CE credits that are required for inspectors. Our inspectors are required to sit through 64 plus hours every single CE rotation period. So as they go through those credits, they're picking up more about structural, plumbing code changes, electrical code changes, property code changes. So as things correct and things adjust every 2 to 3 years, we're picking up on that as well and re-educating, relearning, and redistributing that out to our prominent buyers.
And how soon after you get done with an inspection does the agent get the report?
Agent and client will receive the report the same day.
Same day. Okay. And then do you ever have to go back to a house that you did an inspection on to either do it again or address something that was in the report?
We do. There's occasions where a re-inspect is called for, whether it be due to oversight on somebody's part for utilities not being turned on, or if there's repairs that have been made. And then the common question is, well, if you go back, what do you charge for utility service inspections, or for, say, a roof re-inspect? We'll go back out for $199. If it's a full summary re-inspect where we're looking at, did they patch all the holes? Did they paint the walls right? Did the plumbing fixtures get leak checked? And everything in between, those prices typically run 50% of the original inspection cost.
Okay. But your clients can ask you to come back out and re-inspect what the repair people have done based on the first report.
Correct.
Awesome. Awesome. What's new? What's coming up with first rate inspections in 2024?
So First Rate Inspections just recently launched a sister company the end of 23 and kicking off 24. We are now running our liner restoration company for sewer line laterals. So we start that, we're kicking off the Tapria conference in Brazos County next week, actually. So we're marketing and supporting a bunch of different inspectors in that market, and then hopefully getting word out, letting people know what we do, who we are, how we're coupled together with inspection companies. So that being said, for those of you agents out there and for those buyers listening, don't forget to get your sewer scope inspection done with your home inspection. Nice
piece of advice there.
Yeah, even in new construction.
Hey, that's a pain point. I've heard agents tell me that clients have come to them and asked them, why do I need to get my home inspected when it's a brand new build?
Yeah.
Well, there's reasons why. I mean, the people that built the house may not be perfect, may not be the best builders. You don't know really what you're getting unless you get an expert go in and go through everything with a fine-tooth comb.
Correct. Yeah, and that's a common misconception is we're buying a brand new house, it's going to be perfect. And from an inspector's perspective, nothing's perfect.
It's never perfect.
Construction is far from it.
It's never perfect. Never perfect. What and we don't have to talk about this if we don't want to, but didn't you say something or mention something at the end of last year? I can't remember what it is now, about repairs or vendors or some kind of program you guys were Now I'm drawing a blank.
So we, as of 11 days ago, or I guess 12 days ago, really, we are facilitating now a vendor network. So we act as the facilitator for everything from general contractors to painters, electricians, plumbers, within our umbrella of corporations. So we have a secondary company that if a home inspection is done and then the buyers and agents agree, hey, we'd like to have these things looked at or corrected or repaired, who do we go to? Well, who better than to trust the vetted contractors that the inspector that you trusted to do your home inspection has vetted themselves. So these are all contractors that we've personally worked with. Many of them have done work on my personal property or for our inspectors. Everything from fences to painting to roofing, foundation repair. And we sat with them through the painstaking process of tasking, contract writing, negotiating, collecting fees, because we want to make sure that their values align with who we are as an inspection company.
So you guys are now aligning with vendors. So when you get done with an inspection, if the client needs something fixed or repaired, you now have the experts that can do that.
That's correct.
That's a pretty cool idea. I don't know that anybody else is doing that.
Yeah, we're first-rate inspections is always one step ahead of what everyone else
First
is
to
doing,
market with
so,
everything.
yeah.
Nice. You guys have a website?
We do. You can find us online at firstrateinspections.com. And if you're interested in finding that page and seeing our local vendors, you can visit firstrateinspections.com, click on resources and preferred vendors.
Is first of the first rate inspections
That's-
FIR or is it one ST?
Yeah, not to be mistaken with the Dallas first rate. Our first rate is 1ST.
There you go. One ST rateinspections.com.
Yeah, that's correct.
What else do you guys do marketing wise to get the name out and grow your business?
Biggest thing outside of the classes is events. We're, for example, sponsoring, or not sponsoring, we are hosting our first annual chili cook-off February 3rd from 1 to 4 p.m.
Ooh.
I believe that's the right time. It might be 11 to 3, but show up. There will be food.
I think it is 11 to 3 is what you told me yesterday.
11 to 3, yeah. So February 3rd, 11 to 3. At our office in Cypress. Find me on Facebook. It's Dustin Orlando at First Rate Inspections. There will be links and flyers online. We'll also do one of the biggest crawfish boils for real estate in the city. Last year we did 1,200 pounds of crawfish. Had 400 or 500 agents come out to our office and just come, eat, go, or come and hang out and enjoy some bounce houses and kids games and adult games and beverages and
At your own risk.
yeah, at your own risk. No
So-
drunk driving.
Stewart is supporting your chili cook-off, correct?
That's correct.
So we'll be there as well. And I didn't make it to the crawfish boil last year, but I will make it this year when you do it. And there's a strong possibility that this guy's going to be doing our crawfish boil April 4th. So you'll be seeing him around all over the place. I've known the family there at First Rate Inspections, at least Ricky, I was told, since high school. But I don't remember a lot about high school. So, so I've known you guys for a long time. I've been in the real estate industry and property management since 2014, and we've been working together way before I ever got a title. So, I have had other agents or had agents that have used other inspection companies, and the only inspection company that I've ever not gotten a complaint about was this one. Okay, so if you guys need a good inspection company, someone that will do what they say they're going to do and do it the right way and be honest for a fair price, give First Rate Inspections a call. Give them the phone number again.
Yeah, give us a call. Our office number is 832-567-5791.
So thanks again. Thanks for being on the podcast, Dustin. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. This is like, what, the second time you've been on?
Yes, sir.
Second time. So I'm sure we'll be on again because I'm going to be doing this for at least until I retire. So we're going to be in like episodes Kimmie's going to be on here like for a 54th time going, I painted another mural.
There you go.
So thanks for being on the podcast. Everybody, this particular episode number 36 will be available next week. So Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. Also got to thank Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devin, Wendy Santana, and Adriana Ozalte for supporting me and allowing me to do this. Everybody loves it. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast and you're an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. For Kimmie Gillespie, Dustin Orlando, and Stuart Title, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Say bye, Dustin.
Bye.
There you go.